Trina asks, what is the best way to hold your guitar when standing? Great question. Let's do this. Hi, I'm Tomas Michaud from Real Guitar Success, where I help you learn guitar and, more importantly, to love the journey. So when you're standing, you want to have the guitar roughly about the sound hole about with your belly button. And the guitar is raised just a little below your chest. Now, this is what I'll call a standard position. There's many different positions. There's not exactly a right or wrong, but I prefer this both for myself and students because I think it's the easiest place to actually play the guitar. My hand easily goes around the neck of the guitar without any weird contortions. I'm not altering my shoulder up or down to get at the neck of the guitar. I find I can do a full range of strumming, and I can still place my palm on the strings easily if I want to mute when I'm strumming. One of the good things about this position also is when I sit down, it's pretty much in the same place. So what I've done is actually adjusted my guitar so it just touches my lap as I sit down. So when I'm practicing sitting down, and then I go to stand up, the guitar stays in exactly the same place, and that's a big asset. It's really awkward when you practice in one position, and then you stand up, and your guitar goes down here. Now everything feels different, and it's much harder to play anything that you need a little bit of technique for. Now, here's what I'll call a low position. And I've seen even lower than this, especially with electric guitar, way down around the knees. Of course, I think the main reason for that is it looks cool. And depending on the style of music and what you're used to, it looks cool. For some people, that's not the cool look. Everything is subjective. It is much harder to play like this, and especially when students are learning, I'd prefer they use something that was easier to play with. So you can see, for me to put my hand around the neck of the guitar, I really kind of have to do a little bit of a contortion. My hand doesn't easily go around there. I have to, actually, it works if I pull it up, but down there, it doesn't really work. It's hard to play any decent chords. I can barely make a bar chord, and it's strenuous. It's straining my arm. It's pulling my shoulder down. Also, even though I can strum, it's really hard for me to do any techniques like muting. It's just a little too far for my palm to cover all the strings easily without straining. Again, it's not wrong, but it is harder to play. And if you want to do it this way because it looks cool, the main thing I would say about that is make sure and practice standing up too, because you can see when I sit down, the strap loosens up and it's going to change position when I stand up. So it's going to be really awkward. What you want to do is, if you really want to play this way, practice standing up so that you get used to it. And now we have the high position, or what I often call a choker position, really up. You see the guitar is almost up to my neck, just a few inches away from my neck, right square in the middle of my upper chest. So actually, it's a good position for me to play, especially something involving fingerpicking where the right hand needs to be fully active on the strings. And the other nice thing is I can see very easily. So if this position is comfortable for you, it might be a good one for you. For me, it's not that comfortable, but I leave it up to you to experiment a little bit. Thank you for joining me today. Let us know in the comments what position you prefer, and if you have any other tips that you'd like to share. That way everybody can learn. And remember, learning guitar is a journey, not a destination. Let me know how I can best help you to enjoy your journey. Bye for now.